Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity. But I think for my brother, this is something he's been waiting for.
Just when it seemed like the royal family had settled into a new era under King Charles III, a dramatic power struggle erupted behind palace walls. Queen Camilla, known for her quiet but steady influence, made a bold move that could have reshaped the monarchy. But Princess Anne has allegedly put her foot down in a way that's sending shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. What exactly did Camilla try to do? And why was Anne so determined to block it? Join us as we reveal the shocking details happening behind palace doors. Royal rivalry. From the moment King Charles and Camilla tied the knot in 2005, there was intense debate about what title Camilla would eventually hold once Charles became king. At the time, the public was assured that she would take on the title of Princess Consort, a decision carefully made to respect the legacy of Princess Diana and acknowledge the delicate nature of Camilla's position within the royal family. Many believed this was a way to ease public opinion, given the complicated history between Charles, Diana, and Camilla. However, behind palace doors, Camilla reportedly had bigger ambitions. According to insiders, she wasn't content with the Princess Consort title and had her sights set on something far more prestigious, being recognized as Queen Consort. This is where Princess Anne, King Charles' fiercely loyal and tradition-driven sister, stepped in. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and unwavering commitment to royal customs, Princess Anne was not about to let Camilla rewrite the rules. Sources say she was vocal about her stance, firmly insisting that Camilla should honor the original agreement and remain Princess Consort. Anne's influence and deep-rooted respect for monarchy traditions played a significant role in shaping the conversation, reportedly preventing Camilla from making an early power move within the royal family.
But having an interested, enthusiastic, and intelligent and funny family does help.
The relationship between King Charles and Camilla has always been a delicate subject, especially within the royal family. And when it came to their marriage in 2005, Princess Anne didn't hide her feelings about it. When King Charles and Camilla announced their engagement, it wasn't exactly a moment of celebration for everyone in the royal circle. While some accepted it as an inevitable step, others were far less enthusiastic, one of the most outspoken being Princess Anne. Anne had serious doubts about Camilla becoming a part of the royal family as Charles's wife. Her concerns weren't just personal, they were deeply rooted in tradition and loyalty. Princess Anne had always been fiercely devoted to her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and to the values that had upheld the monarchy for generations. To her, Camilla's past with Charles, especially its public and controversial nature, wasn't something that could simply be brushed aside. Anne had long been known as a staunch protector of the royal family's image, always ensuring that the institution remained respected and untarnished. In her eyes, Camilla's inclusion in the royal fold carried risks. She reportedly believed that Charles was prioritizing his own happiness over the stability and dignity of the monarchy, something Anne could not easily accept. This wasn't just a small disagreement. It created lasting tensions between the two women. While time may have softened some of the edges, Anne's initial reluctance to welcome Camilla into the royal family was a significant chapter in the story of Charles and Camilla's marriage. Camilla's journey into the royal family wasn't just about gaining a title or forming relationships. It was also about winning over the public. And according to reports, one person who had strong opinions about her presentation was Princess Anne. Princess Anne has long been recognized for her straightforward, no-nonsense approach to royal duties. This practical mindset extends to her wardrobe. She has never been one for flashy outfits, extravagant accessories, or attention-grabbing fashion statements. For her, clothing should be functional, not a display of luxury. Camilla, on the other hand, has often embraced high-end fashion and expensive accessories, leaning toward a more opulent style. Insiders claim that Princess Anne was not impressed by Camilla's choices and did not shy away from voicing her criticism. Allegedly, she found Camilla's fashion sense to be excessive, even calling it tacky, and suggesting that it clashed with the royal family's traditionally conservative image. At first glance, this might seem like nothing more than a difference in personal style, but within the royal family, appearance is a powerful tool. Every outfit, every accessory, and every public appearance contributes to the monarchy's overall image. Princess Anne's disapproval wasn't just about clothing, it was about what that clothing represented. She reportedly believes that every member of the royal family carries the weight of tradition and responsibility, and that Camilla's approach to fashion has, at times, failed to reflect the dignity and restraint expected of a royal. So, could this behind-the-scenes power struggle have been one of the first major clashes between Princess Anne and Camilla, shaping the complex relationship they would share in the years ahead? Let's take a closer look. Tensions over royal duties. If there's one thing people associate with Princess Anne, it's her unwavering dedication to royal duties. Year after year, she remains one of the busiest and most hard-working members of the royal family, attending hundreds of official events and engagements without fail. Her work ethic is legendary. She sees her role as more than just attending ceremonies or making appearances. For her, serving the monarchy is a lifelong duty that requires full commitment. In contrast, Queen Camilla has often been viewed as more selective in the engagements she chooses to attend. While she does fulfill her royal responsibilities, she isn't known for the same tireless approach as Princess Anne. This difference in attitude has reportedly been a point of contention between the two women for years. Sources suggest that Princess Anne, who has spent decades dedicating herself fully to the crown, has clashed with Camilla over what she perceives as a lack of commitment. Anne believes that anyone holding a significant royal title should be just as devoted as she is, treating their responsibilities as an essential duty rather than an option. She holds herself to incredibly high standards and expects the same from others, especially those at the heart of the monarchy. One major area where Princess Anne and Queen Camilla have reportedly not always seen eye to eye is their approach to charity work. Princess Anne has dedicated decades to supporting various causes, especially those related to animal welfare, healthcare, and education. She is deeply committed to hands-on involvement, personally engaging with organizations and forging strong relationships with them. For her, charity work isn't just about appearances. It's about rolling up her sleeves and making a tangible difference. Camilla, on the other hand, has her own philanthropic passions, with a strong focus on issues like domestic violence awareness and literacy. While both women are dedicated to their respective causes, royal insiders suggest that there have been behind-the-scenes tensions over which initiatives should take precedence and how the royal family should present their charitable efforts to the public. A key difference between the two is their style of involvement. Princess Anne is famously practical and no-nonsense, preferring to work quietly and efficiently without much media attention. Camilla, however, is seen as favoring a more public-facing approach, often engaging in initiatives that attract widespread coverage. This contrast in methods has reportedly led to disagreements about how the royal family should leverage its influence for charitable work. It is said that Princess Anne is fiercely protective of the organizations she has championed over the years and does not take kindly to any suggestion that they be sidelined, Camilla included. To Anne, charity work isn't about prestige or publicity, it's about genuine impact. She holds herself and others to this high standard, making it clear that any efforts that feel superficial or overly focused on optics won't easily win her approval. This ongoing tension isn't just a matter of personality differences, it's a deeper conflict over priorities. Princess Anne's no-nonsense, work-first approach contrasts sharply with Camilla's more measured, selective style, creating an atmosphere of quiet competition and occasional friction between the two. While they may maintain outward civility, behind palace doors, their differing views on royal duty have reportedly led to moments of disagreement and strain in their relationship. But why did Anne go against Camilla? Let's find out. Anne's shocking power move against Camilla. If there's one thing Princess Anne is known for, it's her straightforward and no-nonsense personality. She isn't one to flash insincere smiles or participate in the carefully crafted royal PR machine. If she doesn't like someone, she makes it abundantly clear. No sugarcoating, no pretense. And when it comes to Camilla, that attitude has been on full display for years. According to royal insiders, Princess Anne has never made an effort to warmly welcome Camilla into the royal fold. At public events, her interactions with Camilla have been minimal, polite but distant, strictly businesslike, and never more than necessary. One of the most talked about moments happened during a prestigious royal gathering, where cameras and onlookers caught Anne's icy demeanor. While other senior royals engaged with Camilla, chatting and mingling, Anne remained firmly on the sidelines, noticeably detached. She didn't go out of her way to be rude, but her silence and body language spoke volumes. Some might argue that this is just how Princess Anne is, reserved, fiercely independent, and not one for overt displays of affection, even with those she does like. But those who know her best insist this was intentional. Princess Anne isn't cold to everyone, only to those she doesn't respect. And in her eyes, Camilla has simply never earned that respect. Princess Anne has always had a keen sense when it comes to safeguarding the royal family's stability. And if there's one person she is said to be wary of, it's Camilla and the influence she holds over King Charles. According to royal insiders, Anne has long believed that Camilla isn't a unifying figure within the monarchy, but rather a source of division. She reportedly sees Camilla as someone who hasn't just shaped events out of love, but has carefully positioned herself to gain power and influence. Behind closed doors, Anne has allegedly voiced concerns that Camilla's presence has deepened rifts within the royal family, not just between them, but also with Prince William, Prince Harry, and other senior royals. And she might not be wrong. Even after all these years, Camilla remains a controversial figure, both within palace walls and in the eyes of the public. For Princess Anne, being a royal isn't about personal desires. It's about duty, tradition, and preserving order. She has dedicated her entire life to serving the monarchy, and she reportedly doesn't believe that Camilla's goals align with what's truly best for the institution. If Camilla's influence threatens the balance of the royal family, one thing is certain: Princess Anne won't stay silent. One of the most surprising power plays Princess Anne is believed to have made against Queen Camilla involved keeping her away from important royal documents. When Camilla officially became part of the royal family, she naturally assumed she would have full access to confidential records, high-level briefings, and classified reports, just like other senior members of the monarchy. However, Princess Anne had a different idea. According to sources, Anne, along with her trusted allies within the royal household, took deliberate steps to limit Camilla's access to certain sensitive files. These weren't just ordinary documents. They contained crucial information about government affairs and the monarchy's long-term strategies. And the reason behind Anne's decision was simple: she didn't trust Camilla. Princess Anne has always been a key player in royal decision-making, known for her deep involvement in the monarchy's inner workings. From her perspective, Camilla was an outsider who had not yet proven herself worthy of handling such confidential matters. To Anne, access to these documents wasn't just a privilege. It was something that had to be earned through years of dedication and unwavering loyalty. Naturally, Camilla was not pleased. Insiders claim that behind palace doors, this issue sparked intense arguments, with King Charles himself stepping in to try and ease the tension. But Anne refused to back down. Her stance was clear: Camilla didn't need to know everything. For Anne, this wasn't about personal feelings or grudges. It was about safeguarding the integrity of the monarchy. And if that meant keeping Camilla in the dark, then so be it. Disagreement over William's marriage and royal protocols. When Prince William married Princess Catherine in 2011, the world watched as history unfolded. The future king was tying the knot with the woman who would one day become queen, marking a grand and unforgettable occasion. However, behind the scenes, not everything was as picture-perfect as it seemed. According to insiders, tensions were bubbling between two of the most influential royal women, Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, and Princess Anne, the Queen's only daughter. The friction reportedly stemmed from a quiet but intense power struggle over who should take the lead in organizing key aspects of the royal wedding. As a senior member of the royal family and someone deeply rooted in tradition, Princess Anne naturally assumed she would have a major role in the preparations. After all, she was the daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and had been part of countless royal events. But Camilla, now firmly established as Prince Charles's wife, seemed eager to make her presence felt. Some sources suggested she attempted to insert herself into important decisions, positioning herself in a way that Anne found overstepping. Princess Anne, known for her strong-willed and no-nonsense attitude, was not one to back down. She reportedly made it clear that she wasn't about to take orders from Camilla, especially not when it came to the wedding of a future queen. Anne believed that Camilla was trying to exert more influence over the event than was appropriate, and she wasn't willing to let that happen. While Princess Anne remained a central figure in the wedding, she also made a point of keeping her distance from Camilla during the celebrations. It was a subtle but unmistakable message. Camilla may have had a growing role in the royal family, but in Anne's world, there were boundaries that could not be crossed. Princess Anne is widely regarded as one of the most dedicated defenders of royal traditions. Having grown up during Queen Elizabeth II's reign, a time when tradition and protocol were paramount, Anne developed a deep respect for the strict rules that govern the monarchy. To her, following royal customs is not just a matter of preference, but a duty that ensures the stability and integrity of the royal family. Camilla, on the other hand, has a much more relaxed and modern approach. She doesn't always adhere to the rigid formalities that Princess Anne holds dear, which has reportedly caused friction between the two over the years. Their differences have led to disagreements on various matters, such as how royal events should be conducted, how the public should be addressed, and how deeply traditions should be preserved. For Princess Anne, protocol is the backbone of the monarchy. It's what has kept the royal family strong and respected for centuries. She believes that maintaining strict decorum is essential to upholding the dignity of the crown. In contrast, Camilla's more casual attitude can sometimes appear, in Anne's view, as careless or even disrespectful. One of the biggest sources of tension between them is Camilla's informal behavior during public engagements. While Princess Anne follows a disciplined approach, ensuring that every action aligns with royal expectations, Camilla has been known to engage with reporters in a more lighthearted manner, laughing, joking, and sometimes straying from the traditional script. To the public, this might seem like a refreshing, down-to-earth quality, but to Princess Anne, it undermines the serious role of a queen consort. For Anne, being a royal isn't about personal comfort or ease. It's about responsibility, discipline, and honoring the legacy of the monarchy. She sees Camilla's failure to fully embrace these ideals as a significant shortcoming, and for that reason, she has chosen to keep her distance. In the world of royalty, respect isn't just given, it has to be earned, and from the very start, Princess Anne reportedly never saw Camilla as a true member of the royal family. While some royals may have grudgingly accepted Camilla over the years, Princess Anne never wavered in her stance. In her eyes, Camilla was never meant to be part of the monarchy. Though Princess Anne has never publicly criticized Camilla, her actions speak volumes. She rarely interacts with her at royal events, never sings her praises in interviews, and doesn't take part in the public displays of unity that other royals put on for the cameras. This is a sharp contrast to how she treated Princess Diana. While Anne and Diana were never particularly close, Anne still respected Diana's role as the Princess of Wales. With Camilla, however, that respect simply never existed. Many believe Anne's disapproval comes from her deep loyalty to Queen Elizabeth. The late queen was known to be cautious about Camilla's place in the royal family for many years, and Princess Anne, always devoted to her mother, shared that view. For Anne, the matter is simple. Camilla was never meant to be queen, and even though history played out differently, Anne doesn't have to like it. But what is it that Anne can't tolerate from Camilla? Let's explore further. Princess Anne's Cold War with Camilla. If there's one thing Princess Anne can't stand, it's wasteful spending. Unlike some of her royal relatives, she has built a reputation for being practical, no-nonsense, and down-to-earth. She frequently reuses outfits she wore decades ago, avoids unnecessary extravagance, and believes that being a royal is about duty, not luxury. Camilla, on the other hand, has a very different approach. Princess Anne has raised concerns about Camilla's spending habits, especially when it comes to fashion, travel, and renovations to royal residences. Reports suggest that Camilla has spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on high-end designer clothing, luxurious jewelry, and expensive vacations, choices that don't sit well with Princess Anne. One of the biggest points of disagreement was the lavish renovations Camilla made to Clarence's house after moving in. Sources claim that Princess Anne was unimpressed with the expensive refurbishments, believing that such money could have been put to better use, perhaps for charitable causes or initiatives that support the British people. Royal weddings are never just about love. They're about tradition, power, and the future of the monarchy. And Prince Harry's 2018 wedding to Meghan Markle was no exception. Behind the scenes, tensions reportedly ran high between Princess Anne and Camilla, as they had very different ideas about how the wedding should be planned. As a firm believer in royal customs, Princess Anne felt that the ceremony should follow strict royal protocols, formal, structured, and deeply rooted in tradition. Camilla, however, reportedly had a more modern outlook. She supported Prince Harry and Meghan's vision for a less rigid, more personal wedding, one that would break away from certain long-standing traditions. This clash of perspectives led to a deeper conflict, a struggle over who had more influence over King Charles. Since the wedding was one of the biggest royal events in decades, King Charles played a major role, even walking Meghan down the aisle. Camilla, as his wife, was heavily involved in the planning, and this reportedly didn't sit well with Princess Anne. Sources say she didn't appreciate how much control Camilla had over wedding decisions. When it comes to royal responsibilities, Princess Anne is one of the hardest-working members of the family. Year after year, she carries out hundreds of engagements, traveling around the world to represent the monarchy. She believes that being a royal is about service, giving your time, energy, and dedication to the country. Camilla, however, has taken a more selective approach to royal duties, especially when it comes to overseas tours. This has reportedly been a source of frustration for Princess Anne, who feels that Camilla isn't pulling her weight in representing the crown abroad. While Princess Anne has spent decades forging strong relationships with international leaders, charities, and organizations, Camilla has chosen to focus on fewer, more high-profile engagements rather than long and exhausting tours. Princess Anne sees this as a sign that Camilla isn't fully committed to the role she has taken on. For Anne, duty isn't something you do when it's convenient, it's a lifelong obligation, and Camilla's lighter schedule only strengthens Anne's belief that she isn't fit for the responsibilities of being queen consort. Unlike some of the more dramatic feuds in the royal family, Princess Anne's approach to Camilla has been quiet but deliberate. She has kept her distance, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Unlike Princess Catherine, who has publicly shown warmth toward Camilla, Princess Anne remains reserved and distant. At public events, she rarely engages in conversation with Camilla and makes little effort to appear close to her. But make no mistake, this isn't accidental. Anne understands the power of silence. By keeping her distance, she is making a clear statement. She doesn't see Camilla as her equal. She doesn't fully approve of Camilla's role in the monarchy, and she hasn't forgotten the impact Camilla had on royal history. What do you think about Princess Anne's shocking move against Queen Camilla? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.